FM. It is Brother John, your brother from another mother, like no other, on this fabulous Friday where the summer don't want to let us go, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was sweater weather, but it's not sweater weather, ladies and gentlemen. It's still hot outside, but we not complaining because I know this tells me there's going to be a cold winter. But today, I have some people that's near and dear to my heart. And our brother I just met for the first time, but I think we've known each other in passing, you know. And hold up, Kev, we good? We good. Okay, just want to check, make sure that my man, the streaming man, is good, because I want to make sure this message gets out. So I got the sister that always been, she's my sister from another mister. That's what I'm going to say. Jenny from the block is what I call her because, you know, we both from the East Coast and all that. But we know where we are. We in the South. We not trying to say nothing about the South, but we have some ties to back on the East Coast. My sister Jenny is in the building from the Orpheum. How you doing, Jenny?
I'm wonderful. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you, John.
All right. And now I want you to set him up because while we got to appreciate him while he's here.
That's right.
Okay, yo, I want you to set him up right.
That's right. Okay, well, I am thrilled because we are here today talking to one of my nearest and dearest that I can't say enough positive things about, one of the most talented writers, directors, producers, entrepreneurs, champion of the arts, champion of Memphis, lifting up of others all the time, doing the things that you do. Y'all know who it is. It's Princeton James from Princeton James Productions, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction. Now I'm like, I don't even know what to say because it was so amazing. My heart is just so full. So I'm super grateful to be here with, I can say, my sister from another mister.
Come on,
too,
say
you know
it.
What I mean?
Say it.
As well. Thank you for that. And I'm super excited to actually meet and engage with you in person because I've heard so many great things about you, Mr. John, as well.
Well, look, let's go ahead and engage. Then.
Yeah.
All right, but I gotta set the stage for this because I want to talk about the work that goes on at the Orpheum.
Yes.
That we got to get more people to the Orpheum. I mean, I'm not saying that they hurting but we need people to engage in the arts, right?
Yep.
So every time when there's something coming to the city, I look forward to it because that's my escape from this 24/7. I'm on music. I'm thinking we got board meetings and different things. But whenever that show come, it's like I'm stopping everything because when I go there, I'm like, I immerse myself in something where I can be myself. Don't nobody got to know me.
Yeah.
But I'm watching creativity. I'm watching art. I'm watching these actors and dance and all this good stuff for about 2 hours. And then once I leave, I'm like, okay, back to the grind. But it's great for my mind as a creative, but also as a person, it grounds me. So thank you to the Orpheum for always having the best shows, the best everything that comes down there. We're going to talk about what Princeton is doing, but I want to make sure I shout out the Orpheum and how, ladies and gentlemen, you should try your best to just go to one show. You're going to be hooked after one. We're going to be hooked after one, right? Would you say?
I hope so. And I want to add, first of all, thank you for those words. And I think that is such a powerful thing to say about the arts in general, right? It can be an escape. It can be a place to heal. It can have an effect on our mental health. It can help us come together in community. It can help us learn and grow and hear different points of view, all of the above. And I think what I would like to say to that particular topic, right, is that a lot of people know the Orpheum because we do Broadway shows. And we're going to keep doing that. And we love doing that. And we do that very well. But we've also got concerts and we've got music and we've got comedy, and it's not just happening in the historic 96-year-old Orpheum Theater, but also right next door, we've got the Halloran Center.
Yes.
It's a smaller, more intimate venue, 361 seats in the theater, and then also this glorious rehearsal hall where Princeton shows are, and they're a little bit more roomy than the seats in the Orpheum. Like, it's real, we can say that, right? Everybody knows. But just to say that if you think that the Orpheum is only Broadway, it's so much more than that. And we're really trying to curate across both venues, especially with this new Halloran Center Presents series, of which Princeton and the Soulful Murder Mystery are a grounding part, which we're grateful for. We're really trying to diversify and bring in the best art from around the world, but also lifting up the incredible local artists that are right here in Memphis, like Princeton.
All right, so Princeton, we back. She done tossed it to you again.
She did.
She set it up. She know about setting up the stage.
Oh, she does.
She know
Definitely.
about this. She did that beautiful. Thank you for that. So Princeton, man, what's up, man? Can you give us a little before we talk about the Soulful murder mystery? Can you give us a little backdrop, a little story about you? Like, where you come from, what you did, went to school, when you picked up a camera, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. So I'm a country boy. I'm originally from Coldwater, Mississippi, man.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 minutes from it. No D. Coldwater.
Oh, Coldwater.
Yeah.
Okay. No D.
Yeah, Coldwater, Mississippi. And I'm just a country boy. I knew I wanted to be an actor when I was in the 3rd grade. I was around 8 years old. And I told my teacher, she said, baby, be realistic. You're going to be an accountant because you're good at math. I was like, yes, ma'am. I'm going to be an accountant. She said, why? I said, because I'm good at math. And I was like, that's what I thought and believed that I was going to be.
She programmed you slickly. Yes,
she did. And she loved me. You know what I mean? She was trying to protect me because she didn't see anyone else from Coldwater, from a rural area, become someone in entertainment. So I went and got my degree in accounting because that's what I believe I was going to become.
You went ahead and got it.
I got my degree in accounting.
Wow.
Yeah. So after that, I started to act. I went to an acting class, fell in love, did a lot of stuff in Memphis and moved to Atlanta. I was there about 3.5 years. Had a great time acting. So and working a full-time job. Then I went to church one Sunday and the preacher preached about operating your gifts. He said, people will suffer if you don't operate in your gift. And that message changed the trajectory of my life. I quit my job that Tuesday. I had no writing experience, no producing experience.
Wait. You quit your job?
On that Tuesday after I heard that message. With no writing experience, no directing experience, no producing experience. But he told me specifically, like, put this cast together, do this show, start a production company, and to specifically do it in Memphis. So I came back and did it, which was a crazy decision on paper.
Oh, yeah, it looked crazy. Like, what are you doing?
Like, why are you starting a production company?
Right.
And then here at that time, it was 2016, but we literally been going ever since. And how to segue into, so we have 3 different facets of the company. We have film, so I produced and directed a few feature films. We got some coming out and got some in development. And then I also theater, which we're going to get into a little bit later. But one of the things we hold close to our hearts is the outreach portion. So we use what we do with theater and film and pour it into the next generation.
That's why Jenny brought you to me. Now I see, because I'm like, Jenny got it's a hook. It's something. Now
strategy.
I see that she's a great strategist.
Amazing strategist, man.
Okay.
So we've been able to impact about 7,000 kids in the last 5 years with performing arts enrichment training.
Yes.
So not just for acting, singing, dancing, yes, but behind the scenes, costume design, hair and makeup, set design, film and photography, and writing and directing. And 100% of them are interested in some facet of the arts because they know they can use those skills in other areas.
But let me pause that. So the young people that's listening, moms and dads of young children. Now he just named about 7 or 8 different facets.
Yes, sir.
They all get checks too, right?
All of them.
Oh, you heard that now. So don't get mad if your daughter like to play with makeup and have fun because it's something to that.
Yeah.
And you need to foster those things because he named every area. You may not see them on the camera, but their name is at the credits, Jenny.
Yes, sir,
so, and if your name is on that credit, it seems like you might be getting the check. So
you may be
I'm glad you shared that. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for creating space for that too, because it's important for us to not only do the work and be in the field, but also pour it into the next generation. Because I didn't want the kids to have the same testimony I had. But the theater facet of the company is what we're here for now. Didn't want to create something that's already been created because I think there's so many directors and writers and producers out there, but I wanted to do something different, so I started doing dinner theaters because I was like, we don't have dinner theaters around here.
That's an East Coast thing right there.
Right. It came to the South, so called it Soulful Murder Mystery, and I like to explain it. If a dinner theater and an escape room had a baby, and we sprinkled a little bit of music and good food and all that stuff in there, it'll be the Soulful Murder Mystery every time, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So hold up, Jenny. So was it a question of whether y'all shared that at the Halloran Center? Because it seemed like I would have been like, don't even say no more. Come on through.
You're 100% right on that. It was a no-brainer. So I actually first saw one of the very first ones that Princeton did right when I first moved to Memphis in 2017. You had said you came back 2016, 2017. I went and checked it out. I was like, this is awesome. We have to have more of this around the city. Then, fast forward, there was a whole global pandemic and, everything was wild and crazy. I think you know that I'm also new to the programming role that was recently added to my responsibility at the Halloran Center, and I'm humbled and grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
And so to answer your question, thank you. But to answer your question, it was like, it wasn't even a question. It was like immediately as soon as we knew that we were going to have the opportunity to do that, it was like, I got to call Princeton right away. And I'm just grateful to you for saying yes, because now we get to, I'm going to let you talk about all the wonderful things that you're doing nationally, but we are proud to say that the Halloran Center is the exclusive Memphis area home.
It's so
we
exciting.
can't contain it because we want him to go out and succeed all over. But here in Memphis, we're really grateful to be the home of Princeton James Productions Soulful Murder Mystery. And they're phenomenal. Like, if you haven't been to one, we want to present them. Obviously, we want to lift up Princeton and his company. The talent, oh my God, the talent of the performers. One more talented than the next. Like you said, the food, everything is amazing. I'm Italian, so food is very important to me.
Oh, yes,
the food
yes,
is fantastic. But just to say, it's just such a fun evening. Like, it's not just the incredible performances, the amazing food, the talent, but it's interactive. You're there solving the crime. You have to sort of figure out who committed the murder and work together with your team. So it's also like a great collaborative community building experience. And anytime people are coming together in community, that's what I am here for. So we're just so lucky that you said yes.
Look at
so
that.
grateful.
So how does it when you get support like that? And Jenny's like, she big time.
Yeah, she gonna
if
rock
she say, it's like because everybody loves it and they respect her wisdom and experience. That's what I'm saying.
She's done the work.
She's done the work. She's put in. She can look at somebody. Oh yeah, they gonna have something. They got a future in this. That's her eye is that good.
Yes, it is.
But to have a support like that, just to know that you got the Orpheum and Halloran Center backing something like that, man, does that encourage you to do more? Or like you want, like, yo, we got to kill it in Memphis. Like, if we go anywhere else, we might have a little couple of mishaps. But in Memphis, we got to be on point because we got to represent. How is that? Is that pressure?
Oh, it's the best pressure. Like, I love that it's pressure. It's helped us, like, elevate and restructure some aspects of our business because we're entrepreneurs. So we're out here just getting it. And I've just, like, been able to learn so much from the partnership, from Jen just taking such good care of us. It just feels like a continuous hug, And then, like, even aside from that, Jen is so prolific.
Get these flowers, Jen.
Yeah, right.
Get these flowers, Jen.
That's not why we're here.
I know, right? But you asked how it affected her, and it has impacted us tremendously because she's so prolific and generous in her feedback and in her like how she shares and how she mentors us with such a gentle way. Like she shows us ways to like be even more efficient with our behind the scenes with her incredible experience there, and it just helped us elevate our production company and help us have a lot of peace around what we do and able to do more. So I think that there are ways like internally with the Orpheum and also ways externally that Jen has supported us in ways that we can actually use outside of that space.
And I want to say that is mutual. Because we don't have all the answers. I certainly don't have all the answers. And we are able to learn a tremendous amount from Princeton and his team and the work and the way that you're engaging and all of, like, it's. I really need to say that it's mutual because you're already doing these things, as I tell you all the time. And we're learning from you as well. And so I do think it's a really beautiful exchange in that way for our team, for me personally, all of that stuff. And like I said, they're blowing up. They're all,
thank you.
Thank you. I got Brother John about to tear up in here. The love is flowing like this. But this is how folks grow, to your point. Because what if Jen or somebody wasn't there and they'd be like, well, now, you got to go on the Chitlin circuit, try it somewhere else. But when you get backing and somebody supports you, man, it's like, I feel like everybody got where they are from help. Or somebody came along the way to be like, hey, well, try this or do this. And then your life, because you heard us say, we here in Memphis, but pretty soon, hey, can we talk to Princeton? Oh, call this personal assistant. Hey, man, he was just on the radio station with me last week. But it feels good to have that support, man. So that's good. So tell us give us a little... just give us a teaser so we can get people to come out and get some tickets because we got to tell them where they go to get the tickets as well. But give us a little teaser for it.
Cool. So I'll give you like a 2-part teaser. One, I'll tell you about the experience. So it's a very interactive experience. Soon as you get out your car, you're going to probably like encounter somebody even walking up to the building that's like in the theme. Say for instance, so we'll have like, say for instance, in the past, we've had a theme of, the last theme we had was a 70s show. Okay. So it was like the BBB, the big, the bold, and the beautiful 70s 10th anniversary. So you were all at this TV station. They'd be like, what's up, man? What's up, groovy brother? Give me some. Turn it around. Before you even check in and get your tickets. And then we give you this pre-sheet and you find out who the characters are. You go find out who they are, ask them questions. And then you go go and eat, come in there. It's this big opening scene, and then somebody dies. And then I have these like escape room type games you play with your people at your table, and then y'all figure out who killed them. So it's interactive from the first moment. It's very engaging, so very immersive.
You need to be all focused and antennas up.
But you can still like have a good time, have a few drinks. It's a fun environment, but you do want your antennas up if you want to figure out who the killer is. Wow. Yep. Now this one is the 19th century, so like think Bridgerton in Memphis and Soulful. You know what I mean? So I think
folks love to dress up in they love that nostalgic.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. But we have a lot of different things. We've done a Western, a family reunion, a class reunion, a wedding, a courtroom, a funeral. We've done
really.
Yes, sir.
And how long you been doing this since 2016?
The first one, I think it was right after you got here, like 18, maybe like in October of 18,
that
maybe.
Might have been right.
Because she came to the very first one.
The
very first time.
one.
And then we didn't do it for 2 years because,
COVID, right.
Yeah. And then we came back and we went out of town for the first time in 2022. So we've been like as of last weekend, we were in Austin. So we've been in 10 cities so far.
But you started here in Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
So Jenny, I got to go back to Jenny again.
Yeah.
You seeing that first show, what was it about it that made you say they got something?
Oh, man. There were so many things. There were too many to mention. First of all, the story. Like, I think for what I do, I'm very story-based. And so there was a great story. Like, the writing was excellent. And then the way that you integrated, like you said, all the interactive pieces, because it was a little like, what's this going to be? I'm coming with all these strangers. I'm not sure. But it was so wonderful because it also then encourages people to collaborate and to work together, which is a beautiful thing.
Which we need,
right? So it's like, it's almost like it's more than that, right? People learning to come together and work together. That's always a beautiful thing. But for me, I think it was the story, and it was also the uniqueness of it. Like, nobody else was really doing anything like this around here, so that was fun. And then the talent. The talent is mind-blowing. The voices, you can't. Like, I can't even. They're beyond Broadway. I mean, it's phenomenal, and not that that's the pinnacle. Like, I want to be really clear about that. But like,
cleaned it up. She said she played that up. I like that.
I was like, we shouldn't define, right? But you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say that the talent was phenomenal. The voices are phenomenal. The detail, the elements of details that y'all were talking about, the costumes too. Of course, we encourage people to come in costume. I was just saying to Princeton that I'm stressed out because I don't know if my outfit for Sunday is going to be like, able to compete with what I know people are going to come in for. The disco detective. Oh my God, John! People were bell bottoms and afros and fringe. I mean, like platform shoes. This is not only the actors but the guests coming, because we encourage people to come in costume. So I think that's also what I would add, is just like all of the details that go into it. It's not just the strong story, but it's the talent, it's the writing, it's the details. And then again, I have to shout them out because it's Princeton's. I hope I can say that it's Princeton's family. But that food is so slamming.
Oh,
it's so delicious.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the food, like, is it
soulful?
So when you say soulful, I'm thinking Soulful and Bridgerton. Like, is it like some special type dishes that goes along with
with the
setup?
theme? They usually do like dishes around the theme that are still good. Yeah.
Wow. And there's vegan and vegetarian options. We want people to know that. Yes.
But see, that Jenny be on it, man.
On
Jenny
it every time.
That's Princeton.
No, she knows when to bring it up and lift it up in the right spaces. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So when you said, let's do this. When the murder is solved and everything, the curtain closes, what do you want people to take with them when they walk out of the Halloran Center?
Every time I do a show, I always knew there was two things that God wanted me to do, and that's to never leave him out of a room I go into, and always share my testimony about operating your gift, because people will suffer. So really, that's really why I do this work. Sole reason is so people can know too. People will suffer if you don't operate in your gift, and know your gift doesn't have to look like anyone's. Like, you can touch one person, that one could touch 10, that 10 could touch 100, 100, 1,000, a million, but that million would have never been touched had you not touched that one.
Right.
So we tell that message after every single show.
Every single show.
I probably said that testimony over 800 times.
So the person that told you about to quit your job and do what you did, if he wouldn't have told you, they wouldn't have told you that. You don't think? How would you think this?
I don't think it would.
This could have been different, right?
I could feel like I was being led to do that work, but it had to be put in that way for me to do it, because then it was like other people's blood on my hand if I wasn't doing my purpose, because I had been said, like, it had already consumed my body and consumed my life, but I was still not being obedient. But that's what made me leave, because I was like, oh, there are other people involved. Okay, I can't like do that. Yeah.
And you tell this testimony every time.
Every time.
See,
that was told at her first show, wasn't it? Yep. And at the last one we did.
Really? Because she said, Brother John, you got to meet this.
Oh, that's so kind.
She said, you don't know him? Y'all, you got to know. Y'all got to meet each other. Because that's the mindset. She's the connector. You know, she's like
100%.
Because hearing that story, that's what relates to a lot of people.
That's true.
It's not I lived in Beverly Hills. I went to this school. It's like those down home stories.
Mm-hmm.
I want to call it simple, but
everybody
can understand.
Everybody
has maximum effect because if you didn't say, well, yeah, I was riding in my Benz and a man at the stoplight, he did. It was just like somebody came up to you, woo, 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 and you like, I did change my whole life.
Everything
from that moment. From that moment,
and it was at a sermon. It was like 2,000 people in the room. Wow. I knew he was talking to me. I could feel my feet feeling heavy.
Wow.
I told my friend that was next to me, I told her, I said, I got to quit my job. She was like, you sure? I said.
Right there in the church.
In the church. I said, dang, I got to quit my job.
Conviction.
Yep. Because I knew at that point it was like, and it said if I didn't do it that summer, I was going to be miserable for the rest of my life. Because it was like, I've been telling you all this time, like, listen, how long you want me to wait? You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't want any blood on my hands. And it was the most terrifying summer of my life.
Wow.
But it worked out.
Yep. So Jenny, like, for something like this, like, if it does good and it blows up, like, I mean, with all these streaming services in different places, like, couldn't this possibly maybe transform to film or something where, you know, the right person sees it and have a feeling like you, somebody gets invited. We don't know who comes to these events, but
that's true.
Hey, I just saw something in Memphis. Something like that is, you know, that's big. But could you see something like this blow up like that?
Absolutely. I think the possibilities for Princeton and all of the things that he is doing are endless. Like, the sky is not even the limit. The universe is not even the limit, because I think when you have that much...
I ain't never heard Jenny speak like that.
But when you have that much talent, and then you also have the skill and the humility and the drive and the passion, and also the like what you do to bring so many people along with you and lift others up. I mean, that's nothing but good energy, good karma. And so I think absolutely that could not that it can, it will happen. And you know, I keep joking with Princeton. I was like, one day I'm gonna be like, I knew him back when he was just, you know, and because it's already happening, and that's exactly what should be happening. That's what we want for you. That's what Memphis wants for you. Right. And it undoubtedly will happen. I was like, so if you know somebody, let them know, because you know what I mean. I think that's what we want, is we want this brilliant idea and these gifts to be elevated and continue on. You know what I mean. It's not we're honored that it's happening at the Halloran Center, but that's like the foundation. That's hopefully the springboard for something 10 times bigger, and we want you to just continue to soar, as I already know you will.
Thank you so much. Bro, that means so much to me. Thank you.
And you said you worked on some feature films?
Yes, sir.
Is it against the law to say it? Or is
so
it okay?
I've worked on, as far as like acting in plenty, and worked behind the scenes on a lot of them, but I've directed two to date. And one is called Queen Rising, and it's streaming. You can get it from anywhere. It's Queen Rising.
Did they show that at Paradiso?
They did.
That was you.
Yes, sir. Well, Henry Reeves is his movie.
Yes, I remember that.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Yes, and I'm a part of a production services organization called Produce Gravity. We produced it, and I directed it.
Okay.
And then when I came here last, Teresa Dickerson wrote a movie called Hoop Street, which was also produced by Produce Gravity, and I directed that one too. So that was in post-production now. Wow. We just wrapped that in August.
Jenny.
Yeah.
You know your stuff, Jenny.
She does. No.
I'm just trying to keep up. Like I need you to not, because it's like I'm just trying to keep up with Princeton. And you were also talking about community connectors. I mean, I don't know, like, but just in terms of some of the TV shows that we're shooting here, I believe, don't let me get it wrong, I believe it was Young Rock and Bluff City, like all those things, the local fixer on the ground, you're looking at him. This was the person that was connecting all of those things and lifting up and making all that happen for Memphis. So I also just want to say, like, for Memphis, the city of the Shelby County, like, this person has done a lot to lift up the arts, to drive economic development. I mean, that is all Princeton connecting people. So you want to talk about connections, don't talk about me, talk about that guy.
So were you at Indie Film Fest last year?
Ooh, I think I was. I'm usually always there. I love Eddie Memphis.
Yeah, because we just had Camille on like 2 days
love
ago.
her. Yes.
We just had on, and she was just,
so great.
I mean, she killed it again. You know,
of course,
it's like, you ready to go right now. I want to see all these films. So, man, thank you, Jenny. But I want to know, we can't say the prices, but where can we go to get tickets? Like, where can we go to get tickets now?
Yes.
Well, you can go to orpheum-memphis.com. It's under the Halloran Center Presents, and you can see all the Soulful Murder Mystery information. But I need to tell you that if there's 2 shows on Sunday, if you want to come at 3 o'clock, they might already be gone. I think as of this morning, there were only like 2 tickets left for the 3 o'clock show. So they might already be gone. So we're super jazzed about that. But there are still seats for sure for the 7:30. And I promise you, I want to say this, like, I promise you it's worth it. I know some people are like, it's a little late for a Sunday. It is not, because you are going to have the time of your life. You're going to have an excellent meal, all those things. But this is a great problem to have, right? It's a great problem to have that we're selling out. And I think we would be remiss if we didn't share that there's another Soulful Murder Mystery coming up in February, on February 16th. The Soulful Express, a locomotive-themed murder mystery, will be the next one.
You see how she broke that down?
So
voice change. Yes. Look at there. Look at there.
It's going to be so much fun.
It's nice to see that we got local people doing stuff like this, right?
Yes.
And then to the young people that's watching, man, he looked like me. I might can do something like that, you know, and that's why it's so important. I thank you, Jenny, for bringing the brother here, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to connect everybody in those seats to the 115,000 students, because if they can see it, they can be it.
They can be it.
You see what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for bringing that. Is there some sponsors behind it we want to shout out, or?
We can, I was like, if we're allowed to do that, yes. I was like, different places you can, yes. We want to say thank you to Evolve Bank and Trust at the Orpheum, who is sponsoring the whole Halloran Center series. We're grateful for that, and I don't know if Princeton, there's anybody you want to add from your end.
Everybody, all of our supporters, and my family, and all of the cast, and all the crew. I know they're not sponsors, but I just feel as though they are when it comes to the sweat equity they always put in. So I'm just super grateful. I could do nothing without them. So to my family that handles the catering, to the entire production team, cast, crew, I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in just a few because we have rehearsal tonight.
Okay.
So, but I'm super, super grateful.
All right. Well, thank you, Jen. Also, before we go, is the SAY conference, not the SAY, for the stuttering.
Man, you are so kind. Thank you for bringing that up, John. Yes, we have our continued partnership with SAY, the Stuttering Association for the Young.
I was trying to.
Oh, you got it. You were there.
Say something.
I'm like, there. You were right there. For those that don't know, we partner with SAY, the Stuttering Association for the Young, out of New York City, and we run a mini Camp SAY across the USA, Memphis. It is a free camp for young people ages 8 to 18 who stutter. Essentially, we are giving them as much time as they need to speak and to be able to come together in community to express themselves, to collaborate without fear of being bullied or anything of that nature. And it's, like I said, it's completely free. It's coming up on November 16th and 17th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's a Saturday and Sunday, and the registration is open now. So if you know a young person who stutters, I really appreciate you lifting that up, because what we often say about the stuttering community, a lot of times young people who stutter are suffering in silence, because they might, we don't want to generalize, but they might be afraid to speak or things of that nature. And what we're trying to say is, we think the way you speak is absolutely beautiful, and we want to give you the time you need to express yourself creatively. And so it's a completely free camp because we're committed to arts accessibility, and you can go online, orpheum-memphis.com. The Learn and Engage tab will have all the information to get that young person registered, or pass it on to a speech language pathologist in schools that can help sort of get the word out, because we like I said, we believe that every voice is important, and so we want to hear what these beautiful young people have to say, no matter how long it takes them to say it.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember, because the guy came out before the play and reminded everybody, so that stuck with me, because when he said, I remember Jen, we had did a special up here when she came to talk about it, laid it all out. I said, wait, me and Jen talked about that before, and that's why I was like, it says something. Just wanted to make sure, but we do have a lot of our young people that's probably suffering in silence, and I'm gonna probably do like a little promo video, because I really want people to understand this is something that they need to do, because we might have some singers and actors and writers that, that that may come from that. So thank you.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for lifting it up. I was also going to say, and math students like young Princeton.
Right, a math student. Yeah, all the math teachers.
We have a young person. I want to shout him out every year. That's usually what he, when everybody has their chance to shine, because we want to meet every student where they are with whatever their passion is that they want to express. And he says, I'm really good at math. And we said, great, then why don't you take us through a math and he's probably, so I think just lifting up, I think, like you said, singing, dancing, acting, poetry, but also your math. We've had students do fashion design. We've had cooking. We've had students telling jokes, like all kinds of things. And so whatever it is, we want to hold space for these young people to express themselves.
Perfect.
So
perfect.
Beautiful.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you
for coming through. And next Sunday is going down, Saturday and Sunday, or Sunday, 2 shows.
Sunday, 2 shows.
Sunday, 2 shows. I want to get it right. Sunday, 2 shows. Thank you, man. It's an honor to meet you, man. Like, I'm really blown away, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
It's always her.
Oh, yeah.
She knew what
She's
to do.
She's a connector.
She the connector. Yeah. She's like, they need to meet.
Yeah, she did. She said that on the way up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. Ladies and gentlemen, in the building, a great time. And look, go ahead and hit up the Orpheum. Check it out and go ahead and get your ticket, ladies and gentlemen. And let's do something different, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay to do something different because it might do something. You be like, when the next one? You said February? Let me get my ticket now when tickets are released. But that's what it's about. We got to bring you new things to do. I know you tired of the same old thing, but I'm not going to get on my soapbox. Thank y'all for listening. We are 88.5 FM.